If you guys didn't hear, we have a group of 2605 members coming into 2268, SW coming into SV. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing the future of 2268, kind of my opinion on this migration. And also, since we have some people that migrated in, we could take a look at the kingdom rankings to see before the migration versus after the migration. Before we get into the details though, I did make a stream announcing this migration where we kind of spitballed with Ruz the reasonings behind 2605 migrating and all kind of stuff. So if you want to watch that, there'll be a card on the top right. And the comments during the stream and on the stream VOD were interesting to read, to say the least. But if you are watching this video, my biggest reply to all of those comments, 2268's dead, all that kind of stuff is, you know, we might be dead. Who knows? Like, this migration is a pretty big risk. We are getting a huge group of people in here. But yeah, I'd say give us time, like give it a chance. And they seem like a good group of people, so we will have to see in the future. And, you know, hopefully we could let our KVKs do the talking. So yeah, let's get started with the video, starting with the future of 2268. I feel like we'll always have the meme in 2268 of being an A seed, because that was legitimately the plan after last KVK. Just in case you don't know about 2268's KVK history, we have lost 2 KVKs in a row. The last one being against 2429 in a very fun but very toughly fought KVK. And then the other one was against 1960 and 2377 in that 8 Imperium KVK where we lost to them. And, you know, a KVK against 2429 and 960, 2 really strong kingdoms, kind of opened our eyes in 2268 to look internally and be like, you know what, we actually don't think we have enough to compete with the top of the top Imperiums. If we feel like our leaderships are solid, our garrisons are pretty solid, but overall we're lacking in terms of the oomph, the firepower to fight the likes of 960, the likes of the 2429s, the likes of 2377s that we did the past 2 KVKs. So we were going to retool and be super selective with our migration to be a really effective mid A seed. From what I understand, 2605 was in this very similar situation where they lost 2 KVKs in a row as well. The 1v3 that they had versus 1302 and others, as well as the free-for-all that they had against 1093 and 960. So with our 2 kingdoms being in no man's land, where we were matching against the biggest of the biggest Imperiums, but we were also not at their same level, I think that's where discussion started, especially with 2605 deciding to leave their kingdom. So SW brought a group of 30-ish players from their contributors in 2605 over to 2268, bringing that missing firepower that we were looking for. Now, I'm not saying that we are the best kingdom ever in the world, or we could fight the 2429s, 960s of the world, 1093s of the world, but I think this migration is a great step for the kingdom. If we look at the pros, you know, they are a really active group, they are great fighters, they are spenders, the spenders that we need in this kingdom. It really outweigh the cons of, you know, their reputation essentially. So going back to the future of 2268, I feel like the future is still the same, with our plan of being really selective with our migration, staying as a one alliance kingdom, and making sure we have the right people in this kingdom. So with that in mind, the real question is the SW group and the 2605 people we brought in the right fit for 2268? And honestly, only time will tell. You know, we'll have to play not even 1 KVK, maybe 2 KVKs, 3 KVKs together to kind of hash things out, because there will always be adjustments and there will always be a transitionary period. I'm actually pretty optimistic with the changes made with this migration. Alrighty, with the context and the future plans now out of the way, let's go over and take a look at the kingdom rankings. So the rankings I have on screen now with the rankings before they migrated in, and you can kind of see our alliance power at 11.4 billion power. You have to keep in mind, players, if not all of our players' hospitals are still full, to let them in to 2268 without any hitches or without accidentally hitting Imperium. So that is our power with a full hospital. We could go ahead and scroll down. You could kind of see the situation that we have where it's a 1 alliance kingdom. We do have, you know, a couple farm alliances that have some power, but nothing too crazy. We could then go ahead and look at the alliance kill points, where we were at 716 billion kill points. So, you know, still pretty decent for an AC that was half full. But, you know, like to fight against those big Imperium kingdoms that we were fighting before, you know, they would have 1 trillion, maybe 960, I think, has 3 trillion, 31 billion in our second alliance. So definitely heavily going into that one alliance kingdom build that we have going on here. We could go ahead and take a look at the individual power rankings. We have Peacemaker in first place, Panda in second, PJ in third place. And scroll down here, you could see I'm all the way down in 60th place. I'm not too sure how far I'll scroll, but you can go ahead and see the kill point rankings where Peacemaker is in first place here. And I'm pretty sure that won't change with the migration, but you know, I am up at 11th place. So we'll see how far I get pushed down when the 2605 crew coming through. And yeah, let's go ahead and compare those rankings with the new rankings that we have. Alrighty, we are now back, time skip forward, past resets, where majority of the 2605 group has migrated in, although not all of it, and I believe we are still not done migration, so we can go ahead and go through the alliance powers. So we definitely gained a couple, maybe 1 billion power, I think, to the old rankings, the older rankings that I was referring to earlier. I don't think there should be too much of a change in the rest of the alliances, maybe some farms coming into the kingdom, but nothing too crazy. So we are at 12.6 billion power overall currently. Alliance kills, we are now at 1 trillion kills. We made it. We made it to 1 trillion kills, although, you know, I still think there are some people migrating out, so our KP might not stay at 1 trillion for long, but in KVK we'll definitely be able to maintain that 1 trillion there. Yeah, as I said, the other alliances shouldn't be moving around too much. 43.2 billion for our second alliance, so definitely still a one alliance KD even with the 2605 migration. Let's go ahead and look at individual power, and Peacemaker actually getting dethroned here, with Fluffy Pony being at 396 million power overall. We have Peacemaker at 297 million, Panda, PJ, Chiskull up here at 145 million power. So yeah, been War Daddy Chadsky, we got Trauma. We actually got a lot of the new migrants being pretty high powered, and the thing is they didn't even get the troops back. So the power is going to grow exponentially. And of course, the people that are still here, for example, myself, we still have full hospitals. So our power should be going up. Individual kills. This is pretty sad. I got kicked out. I got kicked down by 6 spots, I believe. I was at 11th. Now I'm at 17th. Peacemaker still being at first place, but Fluffy Pony actually being one of the top players now. Peacemaker, no one was close to Peacemaker before, PJ Rib being the closest, but 3 new migrants, Fluffy Pony, Wardai Chatsky, and Chiskull being number 2, 3, and 4, and Trauma being at 6, Alloys being at 8th, Cortex being 9th. So a lot of these new migrants definitely making a difference in the rankings. Asiori, I believe, is also a new migrant as well. Peace just under me at 18th. So those are the individual kill rankings. Best of luck to the SW crew. Looking forward to meeting all of you, and you know, thank you for the gold chests here as I'm gonna open them up for this video. Getting a couple speed ups here. Got some VIP. Ooh, oh, there you go, some speeds. So, well, overall pretty decent. Like a quarter of it was speeds, and speeds are essentially the most important thing to get from those chests. But yeah, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.